It's our understanding that you're a teacher here at Upland Junior High. What is your name and how long have you been teaching?
My name is Mr. Elzamore, Mark Elzamore. This is my 18th year of teaching. Currently this year I teach 7th grade
Well, your
English.
experience seems very diversified since you said you've been working in even other countries. So your overall experience, which would you say has been the most positive?
The most positive, the experience that I enjoy the most would probably be teaching 8th grade English. I love the subject of English, I love the subject matter. And 8th grade, in my eyes, is the perfect grade level. They're mature enough where you can carry on a conversation and have in-depth conversations and discussions with them. At the same time, they're still exuberant, there's still an enthusiasm there to work and to
Do you have any
learn.
specific rules in your classroom that the school might not have for the students?
I don't post any specific rules in my classroom. My thing is I try to treat my kids with class dignity and respect, and in return I expect that from my students. And in addition, I expect that my students treat each other with class dignity and respect. I want to say, as I said, that's not something that I have posted. That's just something that my students, my young ladies and gentlemen know, and they understand the expectation and they meet the expectation.
So from the experiences you have had, is there anything that you have done differently or do differently to adapt to your students' needs or their problems that they may have?
You know, I think every individual student comes to school with their own set of needs, whether it's academically, whether it's socially, whether it's emotionally. And I think it's our job as educators to try to meet those needs as best as we can. I think that means trying to get to know the students as not just students, but as young ladies and young gentlemen. I think that's really important. And then you tweak it, you change it. You treat every student fairly, but you don't treat every student the
Has
same
anything
way.
strange or out of the ordinary ever happened in your years of teaching?
I've been teaching 18 years, so I think I've seen a lot. Strange, out of the ordinary. I guess some things might be out of the ordinary in some places and some things aren't. In my 18 years, I've worked elementary, middle, high school. I've broken up fights. I've had kids who have just out and out lied to me and told me elaborate stories about their lives, and then I find out later everything's untrue. I've had students who have brought weapons to school. A student who I worked with in another district came in before school really upset. She felt threatened, she felt afraid of another student, and she reached into her backpack and pulled out a knife about this long.
Hi, what is your name and your career?
My name is Jody Ayler, and I work for a large furniture company, and I'm a sales assistant.
And how are your experiences raising your children that went through middle school?
I had 2 children that went through middle school. I'd have to say that each of them had different experiences. Definitely transitioning from elementary school to middle school was a challenge for each of them in different ways. Being with new friends, new teachers, new responsibilities, class schedules.
Okay, did you have any specific guidelines or rules that they had to follow?
They definitely had to keep up good grades and complete their homeworks. There were disciplinary actions taken if they didn't stay within their good grades that we would agree upon.
Okay, and did you raise them more of like tightly, or were you kind of loose on them? Did you let them do what they want, or were you really strict on them with their grades and their activities in school?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I was strict, but if something wasn't getting done or if a grade wasn't met, then they would probably be punished by losing an Xbox or phone privileges, something like that.
Okay, and did anything unusual or strange occur with your children during the time that they were in middle school?
No, not that I recall anything strange. I definitely think that there were some disciplinary things with my son, maybe being with the wrong group of kids and stuff like that.
Okay, and is there anything that you would do differently to your daughter or your son in specific when you were raising them, when they were going through middle school?
No, they pretty much had the same rules and expectations. They both,
So they were both like had to meet the same bar.
yeah, they both had to keep up their grades and both had to be active in some kind of extracurricular activity outside of school.